Hey, how's it going? This is Melinda and welcome to my channel. So today I'm going to be showing you a collection of records I recently acquired. I will touch on some of the ones that stand out to me as well at the end. I will do a total flip through so you see every record that I got for the collection. And also I want to talk to you about a really cool new release coming out July 11th from the Lee Mendelsohn Film Company, produced by Sean and Jason Mendelsohn, the sons of Lee Mendelsohn, and it is from the Peanuts gang. It is called You're a Good Sport, Charlie Brown. It is a Vince Guaraldi record. So let's go ahead and talk about that now. This is a Zoetrope, and some of you may not know what that means. I'm going to explain it here in a minute. But this is a very cool new release celebrating the 50th anniversary of You're a Good Sport, Charlie Brown. This is a Zoetrope. And so you might be wondering what a Zoetrope is. It is a picture disc, basically. But if you look here, it's really cool looking. And when you put it on your turntable and you play it, at 45 RPM is what you need to play this Zoetrope on. The pictures that are on this disc come to life, and an animation, if you will. You have to have your phone on camera mode to put that on with an extremely bright light. The brighter light, the better. And you will see this incredible animation come to life. These Zoetrope records are becoming increasingly popular. A lot of you maybe heard about Zoetropes over this last record store day. The George Harrison release of All Things Must Pass. I passed on that one. Unfortunately, I didn't buy the Zoetrope because I already have that record. I think I have a couple copies of it. But the Zoetrope is now sold out, and it's now a $300 or $400 record. And a lot of people are now in love with Zoetropes. And there's a new market of collecting for the Zoetropes because not only are they interesting to listen to, but they are interesting to bring other people in for. Like with this Charlie Brown, You're a Good Sport Charlie Brown record, I'm going to be putting this one on when some friends come over. I'm going to let them see it. It's just a cool one. And not only that, this particular record, this You're a Good Sport Charlie Brown Zoetrope, it's a picture disc that sounds absolutely incredible. You know, you put it on and there is a little bit of a rumble at first, but once this music kicks in, it sounds just as good as most of my jazz records in my collection. I was shocked. I didn't expect a picture disc or a Zoetrope type of record to sound this good. And it is a little different of a sound from Vince Guaraldi. Listen to it before you buy it. Yeah, he's a classical pianist, but this one, he kind of mixes it up. There's a teeny bit of classic piano, but he really has this electric piano playing. It's very groovy, very funky. It's really good. And, you know, I was especially touched. As I said, this has come out from the Lee Mendelsohn Film Company, and it is produced by his sons, Sean and Jason Mendelsohn. I remember this name, Lee Mendelsohn. I grew up loving the Peanuts gang, and you know, they're celebrating their 50th anniversary now. In 50 years, they're going to be celebrating all over again. The Peanuts gang is here to stay. We are loving them, and generations and the generations ahead of us are going to love them too. I grew up watching those specials in a time when you had to have a channel on at a certain time in a certain place, and you just sit and watch. And I watched from the very beginning, the opening credits, where I saw Lee Mendelsohn, Charles Schultz, Vince Guaraldi, seeing all these names. I knew them. And it was a magical time back then. I got to experience the magic once again once I had a daughter, and I showed her all of these wonderful specials. Lee Mendelsohn was the executive producer of a lot of these amazing specials. He wrote the lyrics to Christmas Time is Here. So he was a gigantic part of the success of the Peanuts gang. And it was very touching that a member of the family reached out to me and sent this promotional copy my way. So again, this is coming out July 11th. It is a Zoetrope. I'm going to be putting footage, hopefully I already have, in this video so you can see just how cool this is. It sounds extremely good. Do not be scared of the sound quality of this. And it's just something, if you have kids, if you have grandkids, or you just like the Peanuts gang yourself, it's something really cool to own. I will leave a link below so that you can place an order, but it's probably going to be available in a lot of places, so you can place an order with your favorite place you like to buy records. And now let's go ahead and talk about this record collection I recently acquired. This is about roughly 70 records that were sent my way. A collection sent to me from California. It came in 3 big full boxes from a guy named Paul from California. So thank you, Paul. These are great records. Paul has great taste in music, and he buys these records. And most of these, he told me, he bought at garage sales. And nothing cost more than $4. So $4 and under for all of this really good music. And a lot of these records I never see when I'm out shopping. So they may not be valuable like hundreds of dollars, but they're a little hard to find clean. I gave every one of these records, I put them all in my ultrasonic cleaner, and then I cleaned off the water to dry them off with my VPI vacuum, set them out to do a little extra drying. I bought inner and outer sleeves, packaged them all up, and put them in Discogs. So they are officially in the collection now. Here's the first one. This is one I just love. This one I was really excited to see. This is a Mobile Fidelity record. It is Waiting for Columbus, and this is one that came out very, very early on when Mobile Fidelity was still a new company. This sounds absolutely incredible. Now, the album cover itself has a little bit of water damage. The vinyl storage solution sleeves covers up a multiple of sins here. So this really looks good, even though it has a little bit of water damage. The vinyl records are great. It's 2 LPs. Sounds wonderful. So this is a great one to have. And Paul shared with me that he only paid $1 for this record. So like I said, everything's $4 and under, but there's some really good stuff here. I showed this in a recent video, and I'm going to go through these pretty quickly, and at the end I will do a flip video so you can see everything I got. Crime of the Century by Supertramp. Again, a little bit of water damage, but he paid $1 for it, and the vinyl is great. These suffered storage problems, not someone abusing these records, but he bought a lot of these from different garage sales, flea markets, and antique stores. That's where he loves to shop. Now, this one came out in 2013. This is Otis Redding's Lovely and Blue. And the ring wear is actually purposely put on this record. So this isn't one that was mistreated. They just wanted to give it an old look for some reason. Sounds great, and I have very little Otis Redding in my collection, so this was a welcomed one, and it's on blue vinyl. And I mean, anything Otis Redding does, grab it. I love Otis Redding, and he sounds absolutely wonderful. So that was a great one to have. This one is one I don't see, but I thought was really cool because it's Aretha Franklin, Once in a Lifetime. I love this old sticker that's on it. It still had its shrink wrap, and it was in beautiful condition. $1.69 was the original price. It had really cool songs on it. The one song, Moon River, I love Moon River. She kind of makes a little faster tempo version of it, but it's still really good, and she sings a lot of beautiful ones. Unforgettable on here is beautiful. So love having that. He threw in some surprises here and there, like this poster came from The Music Machine by Kate Tell. This is a poster of KC from KC and the Sunshine Band. I actually, as a kid, my mom cut this part of this off and I hung this in my room. So that was something really cool. And he also sent the Andy Gibb one my way. I won't open this one up, but it's really cool. These came from The Music Machine K-Tel record that was hugely sentimental for me. Here's another one that he sent. It's Neil Young's Old Ways. This is a gold stamp promo of this record. Sounds absolutely wonderful. It's very country. The opening track sounds beautiful in a way. It reminded me, he's singing a duet. It reminds me of Graham Parsons and Emmylou Harris. It has that kind of sound, and then he gets really country on his own singing. So that was another one. I didn't have that record. A wonderful one to the collection. He sent this copy of Chicago. It has the big hit Saturday in the Park. What's cool about this is it still has the gigantic posters, and it looks like they were never taken out of the album. So I thought that was really cool to have them in such beautiful condition, and this is a great record to have. I did not have that one. And this is funny. Okay, so you're going to look at this, you're like, what is that? It's called Audition, and I don't really know, still don't know what this is. But there is somewhere in California, I'm guessing, a very unhappy young lady or a young guy, I don't know, that this record somehow got mixed. It collided with a Taylor Swift's Red, her own version, you know, the one that came later. You know, she put out Red, and then she redid it her own way. Somehow this and that one got mixed up. And so some little kid got their Red album out only to see whatever that weird record is. And here is the Red Taylor's version, 2 LPs. And it was he found this record in that album cover. So I'm assuming there was a switcheroo at one point and someone accidentally put whatever records were supposed to be in that album cover. Some little kid is screaming when they go to put on their Taylor Swift record and they get the records that were in here. Somebody did a switcheroo at some point, and it's to my benefit. So I'm sorry if you were the person who lost out on your records. This is another one that's really cool. Dusty Springfield, Stay a While, I Only Want to Be With You. This is I think this is her debut album. What's cool about it, it is a white label promo, and it's really fun and a lot of great songs. And it's fun because the back of this album has a little bit of an interview with Dusty Springfield, and she says they ask her to name some actors and actresses that she admires, and one of them she named was Angie Dickinson, which I think is funny because I think she and Angie Dickinson really favor each other. I think they look a lot alike. So that is such a cool record that I've never seen before. Here's another one, a female vocalist. Mary Wells sings My Guy, and she's singing a lot of really popular hits on here, including My Guy. I never see this. This is a great little record to have. If you love female vocalists, I highly recommend this one. And again, I'm thrilled to have it. Here is Herby Man at the Village Vanguard. It's on this turquoise and green label from Atlantic. He is a jazz flutist, and I don't have a lot of him. Maybe this might be my first record of his, and it sounds great. Here is another one, and it's from the Blue Note label, Art Pepper, Omega Alpha. This is about a $20 record. It came out in 1981. To the best of my knowledge, when I did some digging on Google, this originally was recorded in 1957. Didn't come out until 1981 on this record. So Art Pepper, I love Art Pepper. So this was really good. Sounds great. And this one is Bob Brookmeyer and Bill Evans, As Time Goes By. Another one of these Blue Note. The label is different on these two records. You know, it's not the ones you typically see. It's the later blue version that we all know. These records sound great, and again, not something I've had. Now let's move on to some rock records that I received. Stevie Nicks, this is The Other Side of the Mirror, and I've never had this record. In fact, he watched my music collection video that I did last year to see what I had, what I didn't have, and he did a darn good job of sending me a collection of records where there really weren't very many duplicates. There was only one, actually. This is really cool, and when he sent it my way, it had shrink wrap on it. The shrink wrap was really dirty and looked really rough, but it had done a great job of protecting this black album cover. So I did remove the shrink wrap. I don't normally do that, but because this looks so much better without it, and now I have this outer sleeve on, the song on here that was hit is Rooms on Fire. Again, I never had the Stevie Nicks record before, so I love having that one for the collection now. And I never had this one by Don Henley. I have the others, Building the Perfect Beast, and the one that came after that that has New York Minute on it. But I never had this one. And of course, Dirty Laundry was the big hit. This sounds phenomenal. It is a great sounding record, and I'm thrilled to own it. Jefferson Starship's Gold. He knew I had this record, so again, this is one of the duplicates. I actually guess I have two now that I think about it. But he sent this one to me because this one actually came with the 45 that came with it originally. And of course, I love this record by Jefferson Starship. I'm a huge fan of Marty Balin. I think his vocals are fantastic. This is Frieda, Something Going On. This is, I guess this one was a DJ copy, and it's a gold stamp promo of this record, and I love the song Something's Going On. He also gave me the 45 of it so I could put it in my jukebox. Here is a compilation record. You guys, this is so amazing. So he sent me several compilation albums, and I'm a big fan. I know some people don't really like those, but I think it's cool. This one's called Listen to the Music. This one on Discogs sells for $20 to $35 all day long. I'm just going to read this. This one is so cool. It is, let me get my glasses out because I'm blind, you guys. I just want to read one. This is just one of the, it's record 2, side A. The Doors, Light My Fire. Deep Purple, Smoke on the Water. Led Zeppelin, Whole Lotta Love. Faces, Stay With Me. Bad Company, Can't Get Enough. T-Rex, Bang a Gong, Get It On. I mean, that's just one side. It was 3 LPs. And I love listening to compilation albums. You know, guys, sometimes when I am answering comments or just wanting to sit back, I like listening to compilation records. And also the compilation records allow me to have a song I really love without buying an entire album, because there are some songs, let's take Tommy Two Tone's 8675309. It's a classic and I like hearing it from time to time, but I wouldn't need to have the whole album just to have that one song. So I love having compilations for that reason. Here is a Miles Davis record that he paid $1 for. This is called Friday Night, Miles Davis in Person at the Black Hawk, San Francisco. And it still has its old $1.97 price tag because it does have shrink wrap still on it. And it's a great listen. I love Ahmad Jamal, and I really don't see a lot of his records in clean condition. I used to see the occasional Ahmad Jamal record when I was in Kentucky in Bowling Green at a store called Mellow Mats, but rarely did I see. He instantly gave me a collection. So a really great Ahmad Jamal, a wonderful piano player. Anytime I see Ahmad Jamal records, I buy them. I clean these up and they actually sound really good. These are on that Argo label. The Argo label sometimes can be a little finicky on sound quality, but these play beautifully. Now, some of these records do have some surface scratches, and there might be 1 or 2 records that maybe have too much noise for my taste. Most of these records, once I put them through a really good cleaning process, came out really, really good. And I'm going to show you one more record, and this is on the sentimental side for me. If you've watched my channel for a long time, you know the Andy Williams Christmas album, this one in particular. This one is Christmas to me. This one means so much. And he sent this to me. It is a 1963 mono version on the Columbia Records label, 2i Columbia, and it sounds beautiful, and it is in mint condition. So it's in beautiful condition. And you know, I do look at these every time I see them. I've always wanted to have a clean 2i version. This does sound better. The originals sound better than the reissues that are on red vinyl. I know from experience, you guys, this is awesome. So I will also have here at the end a flip through video so you can see all of the records that I acquired through this collection. Thank you to Paul for sending me that. And also just a reminder of You're a Good Sport, Charlie Brown, the very cool Zoetrope of that record. It's wonderful. It's going to be available July 11th. So you place your order now, and in a matter of time, it's going to show up and be shipped. So if you have anything you want to add, let me know something about these records I just received. I'd really appreciate it. Let me know what you think. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, hit the like button and the notification bell. Most importantly, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.